Hi everyone! In this tutorial we are going to make a simple game in C#. So how it's going to work? We're going to generate random number between 0 and 2, actually 0 or 1, and we're going to guess that number. If we guess the number, we are going to increase the score by 10. When we reach a point when we have 20 as a score, we're going to break the execution of the program. So this will help us to cover all the things that we learned in previous tutorial and to make a simple game. So let's quickly jump on writing the code. Let's say that we declare a random variable called random, and let's create the object of random. We will need this variable to generate the random number. Also we need integer variable for the score called score, which is equal to 0 at the beginning. And what's more, we need a while loop, actually infinite while loop. So this condition is going to be met always. This is always true. So we got infinite loop by this part of the code. So we need to generate the random number. Random number is equal to random.next, and we need to pass 2 as parameter. So we are expecting to get 0 or 1. Also, we need input from user side. So we need a string to store the number. String number is equal to console.readLine. So we're going to read the string from the console, and we need to convert that string into integer. Integer number is equal to something like this. This means that we're going to parse string into integer. And we need to check if we actually guessed the number. So if number is equal to random number, we are going to print that we actually guessed the number, right number, and we want to increase the score by 10. Also, we need to check if we reach the point when we have a 20 as a score. So if score is equal to 20, we want to break the execution of the program by using break jump statement. Also, we want to print that we reached the end of the application. So this is the end of the app. And also we forgot to mention that we need user input just to make it a little bit more clear. Enter the number. So I think that we covered all that we needed. So let me quickly run the application and see how it works. So we need to enter the number. Let's try with 0. We guessed. Let's try again with 0. We guessed, we had a luck. So we reached the end of the application because we guessed the number twice in a row, which means that we reached a point when we have 20 as a score. So we break the execution of the while loop and reach this part of the code which says that this is the end of the app. So there is a problem with this code over here, actually those two lines. So what would happen if I, for example, enter the, let's say, something like this instead of actual number? So as you can see, our application break because exception occurred, unhandled exception. So if you missed the last tutorial, I would highly suggest watching that. When we were talking about exception handling, we need to ensure that we can parse this input text into actual integer number, which wasn't the case when we entered the text as an example. So we need to wrap this part of the code in try and catch. So if I do quickly something like this, if I say try, actually I can wrap the whole thing inst try and catch. If I say try catch exception, and let's print please enter the valid number, and let's print the actual exception message. Okay, so there is a problem with this code right now. So this variable is not visible outside, so we need to move it above the try block and saying something like this. So now if user enters something like we did in previous try, our application won't break because we have proper exception handling. So let's quickly try another example. Let's say that I want to enter test instead of actual number. Our application is not going to break. We said please enter the valid number and the reason of the actual message of the exception. So let's try guessing again. 0, 1, 1. So we guessed the number. So application again. Yeah, we have another bug, small bug, because we initialize that number with 0. So if exception happens, this is going to satisfy this condition. So we're going to have, there is a chance that this condition will be satisfied. So we need to do something like this in order to prevent that. But it doesn't matter at all. The whole point was to make a simple game and to go through some of the things that we learned in previous tutorials. And we introduced the random number generator. So this is the way we can use to generate random numbers. Also, we introduced the parsing string into integer. And I think that will be pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed and see you in the next one.